She got a 3.5. Why and how can she improve?
Well, her mid face is way too long. Obviously, she's got the jowls coming in, horrible nasolabial folds. Horrible total facial width to height ratio. Just really bad age indicators. But obviously, at 30, that's not something really that's going to surprise me. Her upper maxilla is super recessed, horrible infraorbitals. That's why your under eyes are coming in like hell. Really recessed chin. All the facial convexities are wrong. Her radix is recessed. Moving on. Okay, well, how much time do we have on the podcast?
Welcome back to the Bubba YouTube channel, and tonight's episode is gonna be a little bit different. I would consider this episode to be AMU adjacent. If you're new to the channel, the AMU stands for the Alpha Male Universe. Well, there is a new character on the block, and his name is Clavicular. There's just no way I can go this entire video saying Clavicular. Oh, I see, I'm already messing it up. I just can't say that name over and over. So let's think of a name. 3, 2, 1. You know what? I'm gonna call this doofus Clit Licker because holy shit, he just be licking all this bullshit up and spitting it out in his fans' faces of all this bullshit, nonsense, looksmax, dorksmax, like all this nonsense, man. Oh my god, I already can't stand this guy and it's 1 minute in. So be sure to smash that like button and let's get in the flow. Stay together. Let's get bubbly with it and let's get this show on the fucking road.
This new kid on the block, he calls himself Clavicular, and I'm thinking, what kind of fucking name is that? It sounds like a science project. But when I tell you what this asshole's doing to himself, you're gonna think the same thing. Now there's a new trend that's going viral with the young kids on the internet right now, and it's called looksmaxing.
All right, I'll carry the torch that JB has lit. So Jon Bravo made a video absolutely cooking this guy, right? Clit Licker, okay? And Clit Licker's like whole entire like philosophy, his whole shtick, his grift is called looksmaxing, okay? Now, some people may not know what that is, but that's basically maximizing your potential to get with the ladies or to get treated better, right? But it's not what you think it is, right? It's not, oh, just simply getting a haircut, having some confidence, learning how to talk to people, working out, right? No, not at all. Not anymore, because it's 2025, it's December, right? And of course, we live in fucking Looneyville. Hell no, looksmax involves the most craziest shit. And you know what? Let's actually just let this doofus talk about what it really is.
I just needed to do it,
Was there a specific moment that you remember where you were like, yeah, I'm just gonna hop on testosterone, like when you're 14?
Just really taking a look at, what was possible and in terms of time frame. I wanted to get to my goals as quickly as possible, right? Because I always thought the idea of, telling people you work out and talking about all this stuff, but you're not big to be just kind of ridiculous. It's like, dude, what are you actually getting after? So I was like, I'm going to get my physique going as quickly as possible. I do not care about side effects. I don't care about any implications of, oh, this guy's using drugs. Like, none of that shit really fazed me. So I just wanted to, get to my goals as efficiently as possible.
So your mom, she competed.
I just love how the interviewer is like, what the fuck, man? Okay, so let's talk about it, okay? He's saying that, oh, what is the point of working out? Like, what is the point of working out if you're not even big, bro? Like, do you even lift, bruh? Like, that's basically his logic, right? I mean, that is the dumbest shit I've ever heard, right? Like, when is it that we finally got to a point where people, they don't go to the gym to actually just be healthier, to be stronger, to have more functionality in their life, right? Nah, everything's got to be about how puffy you are, how big you are, how many ladies are gonna come to you because you're so big and puffy. I mean, at the end of the day, most women don't even care about that shit, right? I mean, I'm not saying to be like a slob or whatever, right? But at the end of the day, it's really mostly dudes who care about how jacked and juicy you are. I think it's kind of more of a male fantasy, right? But wow, okay, so he also doesn't care about any side effects, about whatever he's gonna inject into his body. He is 19, okay, so he just cares about having the prestige and the influence. But in just 10 years, maybe even earlier, he's gonna have to pay the consequences of his actions. It is actually unbelievable how this guy has managed to get a following, and he has been getting cooked like crazy by somebody who we used to have problems with here on the channel.
If they listen to Clavicular, that they'll one day perhaps be 6'2" and extremely good looking and be able to get girls. What you perhaps don't know is that Clavicular's clan is a group of people who are paying him $50 a month to get advices from him. He has 1,100 members, and so if you do some quick math, he's making over $50,000 a month selling these programs. On the one end,
So Greg Doucette, right? Yeah, we used to have a beef.
and so Bubba, you've lost your way. So Bubba, you're a Turk builder. The same.
So like several months ago, I called out Greg Doucette for grifting alongside with that Hassan Farhat broccoli head ass guy, right? And he got all pissed off. But you know what? I still stand on business and think he's lame for doing all that bullshit. But that's neither here nor there. And the saying goes, the enemy of your enemy is your friend. So for this situation, I guess Bubba Army and Greg Doucette are combo womboing Clavicular. Now, this is how Clavicular is relative to the channel, relative to what we do here, right? Is because he's ultimately at the end of the day monetizing and grifting all of this bullshit about looksmax. Now, let's actually kind of like talk about some of the things that he offers. I personally think it is an incredibly lame move to monetize joining a community, right? Like, I feel like people, if they just give your time, that is more than enough. But you know what? I'm actually a guy with morals and I'm not clit licker, right? So he says a private community made for dedicated individuals, seriously willing to do whatever it takes to ascend. No half measures, no bullshit. And then he basically says what you're getting access to are weekly Zoom calls. Oh wow, right? Advanced courses, direct messaging access to me. So yeah, this guy, he's a life coach guru bullshitter, right? We've seen this time and time again. However, where this starts to take a drastic turn, where it starts to take like an Azuli level turn, is that he is monetizing all of this and selling this bullshit to people under 18. I mean, as you can see on the screen right there, it actually shows the percentage of his community. Now, you could say some people are lying or whatever, but I personally don't think that's what's going on, okay? He has a lot of people that look up to him. I can't believe I even said that statement, looking up to a lame like this, who are under 18 and have idolized this guy. Actually, let me read this bullshit and your jaw is about to hit the floor. So I know there's a lot of people who drive and listen to my videos, so I got you, right? And you know what? Nobody comes on YouTube to actually read, so I got you to everybody who's also watching with their eyes. Now, I made sure that this post was not satire. There is a Clavicular subreddit, and this post, holy shit, this is the level of fanboys we're dealing with. So appreciation post for King Clav. Since no one else is gonna say it, then I will. Clav is the new poster boy for Sigma males to look up to, as well as a looksmaxing and BP. I don't even know what the fuck that means. Communities and any other connected. He is the embodiment of a Sigma and everything they believe in. And I think he's only going to get bigger as time goes on. Okay, you know what? I'm not going to read the rest of this. I think you kind of get the point, right? Sigma male. I feel like I have never actually said that before in a video. So the Sigma male universe? What the hell is going on? Okay, so let's continue on where he actually talks about how you know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna let him explain it.
Things of this nature. So absolutely, yeah. Once I'm very satisfied with where I am in terms of my physique, you know, I'll just start to maintain it.
So you call yourself very reasonable about what's accomplishable. Why are you spending $100,000 on surgery to go from 6'2" to 6'6"?
That is more about just presence, right? I've always valued presence super, super highly, right? You walk into a room, people notice, right? You're standing in the middle of a club, you're an outlier, right? That to me, just because people will come up to me, they'll say, oh, well, 6'2", you know, that's already very tall. But in terms of percentiles, it's only 91st percentile, right? 6'6", we get to 99th. I'm someone who wants to be the best, right? And I'm willing to do whatever it takes to get there. So that's why, you know, I'm seriously considering that limb lengthening surgery.
So you want to be 99th percentile at all aspects of life?
Absolutely.
Except maybe longevity.
Yeah, maybe not longevity.
Bro literally wants to have his legs extended. I just can't make this shit up, guys. How is this guy? What is alpha about this guy? Like, okay, let's just assume that we even believe in the term alpha, right? Or I guess in this case, it's sigma, right? What is sigma about paying another man $100,000 to break your shit, right? Clap your cheeks and make you taller? How does that instill confidence? Like, this is so phony baloney. I swear, I wish that this was all satire. I wish I could just say at the end of the video, well, actually, you should hit the subscribe button right now, okay? But, you know, moving on from that, I wish that I could tell you that this was all a joke, that this was a incredibly early April Fool's, but it's not. It's not. He's already a tall guy, right? And he wants to be even taller. He wants to be 6'6", 6'7", 6'7", right? Wow, man. This is just so ridiculous. I can't believe it. I can't believe this is a grift. And look how they try to frame this, and it gets even more delusional somehow.
Today's guest has redefined the meaning of self-improvement.
I maximize all metrics of my life. I've just come to the conclusion, based on anecdotes, based on numbers, that looks are the most important metric, and it would be insane to not prioritize them.
He began injecting testosterone at just 14 years old, claiming that natural puberty wasn't optimized for the modern world.
I started with 300 milligrams of testosterone, and I did that for a while, up until I was 16. I'm 100% confident that I made the right decision in my life, and I'm so glad that I look a little bit more mature.
Today at 19, he's garnered a massive audience online, where he says that everything in life is determined by one thing.
So it's $35,000 for a double jaw surgery with full facial implants. I know the amount of money that I'm investing will pay itself off to a huge degree.
So that was actually the intro for this interview. It probably would have made a lot more sense to have this in the beginning of my video, but I fucking freestyle everything, so you know what, whatever, right? So I was actually kind of like wondering why bro sounded the way he did when he was speaking. As you know here, right, I don't ever attack anybody if I think that they have like a lisp or some type of speech impediment that was something that they couldn't control, right? But I was genuinely curious why like bro sounded the way he did, and I think in this case it's warranted that I do roast it, because what he did is he admitted to like basically getting his jaw cracked. He paid $35,000 to have implants in his face, and in the process it kind of did like give him a weird speaking cadence, like he talked like this all the time. He always talked like looksmaxing. Like that's kind of like how he sounds, right? Maybe a bit of an exaggeration, but wow. So I don't understand this. I don't understand how the term self-improvement is used. Like when I think of self-improvement, I think of people having a better diet, adopting running into their daily routine, going to the gym, thinking more positively, reading a book, meditating, journaling, right? But nowadays in 2025, self-improvement means something else, I guess. I guess it means if you're a lady down in Miami, you get a stinky diaper BBL. And if you're somebody who aspires to be like Clavicular, you get your jaw shattered and pay somebody to make you taller. Wow. And you know what? I thought it couldn't get any worse, but guess who he's hanging out with?
Too much cynicalism from this point on.
Hey, Marge, you want?
Dude, Brickle.
Hello.
Brickle
We should walk
sucks.
around.
Yeah, I'm
they
down.
get like pressed whenever we stay in the spot. If you can't go on your girl's phone, you cooked and she's cheating. Do you ever go on your girl's phone?
Yeah, absolutely.
Really?
How you doing, man?
Yeah, hey, could you give me some quick looksmaxing advice real quick
do
off
it.
the top?
Good,
Just
bro.
get lean, man. That's what you gotta do.
I just got that rhinoplasty going on, so.
There you go, man. Let's do it. Absolutely.
No problem. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, you gotta go through the phone, man. All the
I've
time.
actually never gone through I was in a relationship for like over 2 years. I never went through her phone once.
This is what you do. This is what you do. You just ask to do it, and if she hands it right over, you don't even have to look.
But I've
That's
never
a
even
waste of
asked to
time.
do it. Actually, I think one time I
a good
did.
test.
Because my chat was like saying like, oh, she DM'd someone. And
Yep.
like, I wanted to see if she did, but she didn't. They were just trolling me, but like,
That was your last girlfriend, right?
yeah, something like that.
I know there's like some controversy there, but I don't know. too much.
All right, so I played this clip for a couple of reasons. One, to highlight the connection to Jack Doherty. So I think this really makes the case that this does deserve to be AMU adjacent, and some may even comment down below that this is AMU content, right? But I wanted to also highlight this clip because it shows how dorky this guy is actually in public. You know, it's really easy to be a character, to be a certain type of man behind the screen, but in real life, it's when you get exposed hard, like crazy hard. And the guy is just, he's not him, basically. He's not who he claims to be. I'm pretty sure that guy in the red shirt trolled the shit out of him, but because he's just, I don't know, maybe not aware enough that he didn't realize that he was being trolled. I mean, everything about this guy screams, I'm just gonna be honest, bitch, right? I have a really good radar when I'm looking at certain people, right? And I'm like, is this guy a bitch or not? This guy, Clavicular, total bitch made, right? He doesn't want to actually do anything that's hard. He already emphasized that all of his gains were not natural, that he was unnatural since a very young age. He has augmented his body through surgeries. He is a dork through and through. And honestly, I'm not going to be shocked if this guy like breaks under the criticism, because Greg Doucette is clapping his shit, right? Jon Bravo dropped a huge one on him, and there are other people who are roasting him. I really don't see Clavicular having a long career in the YouTube scene, in the social media game, because like I said, that this guy is a bitch. So if you enjoyed this video, if you had a great time, then be sure to subscribe, and hopefully you join the Bubba Discord. This was a blast, and it was a little bit of a different commentary style. Hopefully you noticed, hopefully you liked it. If you want it like this, then I'll continue doing so. And you know what? Have an amazing day, and thanks for swinging on by. Till the next video. Later.